I have myself on mute. How's that for being a bit silly on a Monday morning? Good morning, everyone. How are we going?
Good.
That's good. I hope everyone had a great weekend
Nice.
this week, and then we get some holidays.
No, there's no really
Woo! Everyone loves holidays. Morning, Rabs. All right. Shall we rip into it? Get this done? All right, let's have a look. We'll have a look at our reading, our learning intention for this week in reading. Where am I? Coming to your thing. All right, this week in reading, our learning intention is we are learning to ask questions to help us understand what we read. I don't know, you may have picked up that in the last couple of weeks we've done summarising and then predicting, and now we're doing questioning, and these are all strategies that we use together. We don't use them independently to help with our reading. So this week we're focusing on questioning. We still need to use summarising and predicting though. To be successful this week, I can ask and answer literal questions and provide evidence from the text to support my thinking. Whoa, that's pretty heavy for a Monday morning. Let's have a look. A literal question have responses that are directly stated in your book. So if the book said little Timmy was playing with a red basketball and the question was, what colour was little Timmy's ball? And you said red, that's a literal question, like it's literally the answer is there. Success criteria 2, I can ask and answer inferential questions and provide evidence from the text. Inferential questions have responses that are indirectly stated and require other information. So it could be, little Timmy was playing in a basketball court. And the question might be, what type of ball was little Timmy playing with? Well, you could say it was a basketball because he was playing at a basketball court. So it doesn't actually state that he was playing with a basketball, but because of the other information that was in the text, you can infer that he was playing with a basketball. Success criteria 3, I can ask and answer evaluative questions and provide evidence. Evaluative questions require you, the reader, to formulate a response based on their opinion. So it might be little Timmy was at school and was playing basketball and he didn't want to share his ball with anyone and he pushed over a prep. And I might say to you, what do you think about that? And you might say, well, I think that little Timmy was a bit mean because he pushed a kid over, and it's what you think. It's analysing what you read and giving your opinion. So, in the spirit of asking questions today, the first one. So you can talk, or if someone writes something in the chat, unmute yourself and tell me to look at the chat, okay? So I have something in my pocket, okay? What questions can you ask me to figure out what it is? Go. And these questions you need to, I'll let you go first and we'll have a chat about it. So I have something in my pocket. I need you guys to ask me questions to figure out what it is. Mia, give me a question. What could you ask me to figure out what it is in my pocket? Good question, LJ. No, you can't eat it. Great question. Hang on, I'll just answer these ones, Hutch. LJ asked, can you eat it? No, you can't. Evan asked, what do you use it for? And you use it to help you at school when you have a sore bit, when you have a sore. Mia, have you got a question?
Is it a fiddle toy?
No, it's not a fiddle toy. That was a guess to what it is. Can you ask me a question to try and figure out what it is?
Is it round?
Great question. No, it's not round. All right. So when we ask these questions, we need to remember what's being asked because that will help us form an opinion. LJ asked, can you ring people on it? No, LJ, you can't, and it's not my phone. I took that out of my pocket because I knew someone would think that was what it was. Izzy has asked, is it hard? Hang on, let me have a look. I would say no. I would say it's soft. Is it metal or wood? It's neither. It's not metal and it's not wood. So what else could it be? Remember, Evan asked what it was used for, and I said it was used to help people when they have a sore at school or when they hurt themselves at school. Plastic glass. Yeah, which one, LJ? You need to ask me a question. Is it fabric? No, Evan, it's not fabric. Great question. It's not cold, is it? Oh, I've never actually used it on myself. Maybe. Hang on a minute. I'll tell you if it's cold or not. Oh, I can see how it could be. It might feel cold to some people, yeah. Ev, you got your hand up or are you just moving your screen? Is it something to cover your blood with? Not a bad question, LJ. But no, it's not a Band-Aid. You're on the right track. Is it a lick? Oh, see, Jensen, this is what Jensen does. Jensen will sit there and let some questions come out and he'll put it all together. Yes, Jensen, it is a liquid. No, you can't drink it, LJ. And no, it's not water, Tyrell. Remember, Evan asked what it is used for, and I said it's used to help students at school when they hurt themselves or have a sore. We know it's not a Band-Aid, but we know it's a liquid. And it's sometimes cold if you put it on. Yeah, nice guess, Ed. Nice guess, Kels and Tyrell. It's not an ice pack. It's not completely red, Jensen, but there is some red on it. It's not a wipe, LJ. Let's not have guesses. We need to ask questions. But you've probably got enough information there to take a guess if you want. So it's not a wipe, it's not an ice pack, and it's not a Band-Aid. Is it flat or curved? The one I've got's flat because it's been used. But it's been used, but it can still be used more. Keep digging. You're nearly there. You've asked some great questions to figure this out. All right, let's rehash what we've spoken about. It's you. Can you share it? More than one student has used this, yeah. So you can share it. Oh, Jensen, snap. Yes, it is a cream. Anyone know now? So it's used to help people at school. Is it mosquito cream? Yeah, maybe, but what's it called? What's it called? Quite a few of you have been into the office. Yeah, well, we sometimes call it itchy cream, LJ, but I want the name of it today. You're just sniffing around. You've nearly got it. No, it's not Bepanthen, Ev. We don't have that at school. Mia.
Is it Benadine?
It's not Benadine. Jensen's got it. Stingos. It was Stingos. Remember, we have that in my drawer in the office for itchy bites. But if we look back through those questions, they were some really, really good questions. And what we did, you all asked questions that made me give you more information. You didn't just say, is it wet, or is it then? You asked questions that I had to answer. They were really nice questions. What I'd like you to do now is, that was really impressive. So the second one we're going to do today is, let's pretend that we've got a new student in our class. What are some things that you would want to or like to ask him or her for a new student that we've never met before? You can write them in the chat box if you like. So some questions that you would ask a new student. Yep, Evan, where do you come from? What is your name? LJ, do you want to be my friend? Yeah. Hey, Evan, LJ, don't forget to drop a question mark on the end of those. Kelsey, it might be, is that what you would say? Would you walk up to someone who's new in your class and say, what colour hair? Or would you say, hi, or wouldn't you be able to see what colour her hair is? Have another go. What is your age? Good one, Ev. What else could we ask? Where are you from? What is your name? What is your age? What questions could we ask somebody? What was your last school like? Great question, Mia. Great question. Are you new at Hayward? That's a really good question, Tyrell, isn't it? They might have come from Portland, or they might have come from Narrawong, or they might have just moved to the area. These are really great questions. What do you love to do? Bang, Kelsey, that's the one. That's the one. What do you love to do? Because then we get to ask, we find out what people like, and we can find out if we've got any connections there, don't we? We talk about connections in our reading. We also have connections with people. You know, so they might come in and say, oh, I love horses and playing netball or card games. And then you're like, oh, hang on, I like horses and I like card games. We might have some stuff in common. We could be really good friends. Do you have any siblings? Great question, Jay. Do you have you any friends, Ev? Good one. Yeah, I like them. These are really good questions, okay? So we ask questions all the time to help us gather information and learn new ideas, don't we? These two quick, what do you do for a living? Like probably a school kid, LJ. Don't you reckon? If they're in our class? Good question, though. So we use questions all the time to help us gather information, all right? The first activity, you had to gather information to find out what I had in my pocket, which was the Stingos. The second one, we had to ask questions about a new student in our class to find out more about them, yeah? Because we need that information. What do you want to be when you get older? Nice one, Ev. Don't forget a question mark. So that's why we ask questions, to gather new information and give us ideas. So this week, we're gonna learn the different ways that you as a reader can ask questions as you read. Because there's no difference to asking me questions and asking a new student questions than there is from asking questions of what you're reading about. Yeah? It's the same. It's really the same thing. So this week we're going to learn about literal questions, which we spoke about before, inferential questions and evaluative questions. Okay? Has anyone got any questions so far about asking questions? What is your favourite colour and food? Good one, Mia. What do you want to be when you get older? I like it. What trick can you do on the tramp? Good. You're asking some really great questions. These are the sort of questions you still need to ask of your reading as well. Your activity today in reading, which will be dropping now while we're talking. So you've all got your texts, your books that you've been reading. You know, some are reading Eagle, Crow, Emu. Some are reading Binna Binna Man. Some are reading the Secret of the Black Bushranger. All right. Your activity today in reading, looking good, Mia. Have you got sore eyes today? Your activity today is to read your text that's been sent to you, but also I would like you to come up with 4 questions that you could ask a character that's in your book. Think about your summaries and your predicting that you've done in the last couple of weeks, and I need you to 4 questions that you would ask a character in your book. That's your reading task for today. Okay? You might ask them a literal question that can be answered straight away. You might ask them an inferential question like, why did you go and do this? Yeah? How does that sound to everybody? Pretty good? Well, that's good. Do you like ice cream? Great question. Do you like this school so far? Great question. So these are all similar questions that you need to ask the characters of your books today. Okay? Have a bit of a think about it, and have a relook at the success criteria where we break down what inferential, literal, and evaluative questions are. Which new movie, LJ?
One.
Nice one. Mulan. Yeah, I'm going to watch that this weekend, I think. Has anyone seen that yet? No, it's good. If you would like to practice the asking of questions today as well, like you've got your activity where you've got to ask 4 questions of a character of your book, you could also put something in your pocket as well if you're at home and maybe ask a parent or a brother or a sister to ask you questions to try and figure out what's in your pocket. It's just good practice to get us into the habit of recognising what questions are, okay? Yes, LJ? Oh, he's gone. All right. So, is that pretty straightforward for everyone today? Yeah? Any questions before we go? That's 20 minutes. That's pretty good. In and out. LJ, have you got any questions before you go?
No.
All right. I'm here. I'm in supervising from 11:30 till 12:30. But read your text and ask a character in your text 4 questions. All right. And yeah, you can practice the asking of questions with a family member if you want. All right. Have the best day, Groovers, and I will talk to you through the day. See ya.